This week on the BL season finale.
Welcome to today's installment on Business Leadership Cribs. And in today's installment, we're going to be looking at Santa's workshop down in Brampton. And we're going to check out the dynamics on what goes on inside his workshop. Let's talk to Santa about how he actually feels about his job here in the workshop. Santa, at this Brampton place, how do you feel about your workshop?
Well, as a leader, I try inspiring elves to accomplish important tasks and to work hard, while showing high concerns for both people and production.
How do you maintain the control over the elves and pretty much get them to do what you want?
And what I try to do is I use expert power to use my specialized power to get the elves to perform what is expected.
And by the coming Christmas coming so fast, December 25th, what do you plan to accomplish?
Well, I use visionary leadership. So what it is, I bring a clear sense of the explanation for the future and then try to enforce it by constantly reminding the elves of what their duties are.
This is a really successful workshop, Santa. Thank you very much. Now that we talked to Santa, let's talk to one of his elves. I hear there's this great working elf named Aiden that's running around. So let's get him in here and let's ask him a couple questions about how he feels about Santa's leadership. So Aiden, obviously you're one of the hardest working elves here at the workshop. Can you explain some of the advantages and disadvantages for working for a leader such as Santa?
So an advantage for Santa considers my opinion when making decisions. He also keeps me up to date and fills me in on important issues concerning the workshop. Santa also positively encourages me to finish my tasks, and when I feel inefficient, when I feel inefficient. Some of the disadvantages are for Santa. It is time consuming to make decisions, and sometimes Santa tries hard to please his subordinates, which doesn't help him. He also has high concerns for people, which conflicts with the workshop's productivity.
Wow, Santa sounds like a really good leader. Wow, all this talk about the workshop and Christmas coming has really got me in a festive mood. Looks like I'm prepared for Christmas too this year. Alright, let's get the hardest working duo in Santa's workshop in here, Navisha and Mahima. Let's get them interviewed as well. Hey there, Navisha and Mahima. So a question I have for you guys is, how do you balance both your work life and your personal life?
Okay, so we use agendas as well as planners to manage our hours for our home life and our work life.
We also work less in the summer, so we take no vacations.
And how do you guys manage both groupthink and conformity?
I use Unanimous Dropbox so I can leave ideas for Santa.
We also connect outside of work and we talk about our ideas and collaborate and avoid conforming.
When talking outside of work, can you further elaborate that?
We go out for dinner. Sometimes we go out to eat milk and cookies, so we'll sit there and we'll talk over our dinner.
Okay, thank you for your information, thank you for your time. Take care. Alright, to compensate for Santa's busy schedule, we're actually out here in the cold in the North Pole. And I really gotta get this interview in, so we're gonna get Santa back in here and interview him for the second time since he is the big man in charge around here. So, alright, Santa, can we get you in here? Alright. Nice to see you out here in the cold. North Pole isn't really a joke. So, Santa, I really want to ask you, how do you enforce extrinsic awards?
Well, what I like to do is I love giving my elves pay bonuses. I also give them vacations, and I regularly tell them what they do well.
And as a leader, it makes sense for you to get frustrated sometimes. So how do you manage those emotions?
Okay, keep this a secret, but I do have a diary, and what I do is I record all of my feelings inside of it. And whenever I do so, it helps me really reduce my stress and it helps me calm down.
Wow, a diary. I never believed Santa would have a diary. What is the corporate culture here like?
Well, all the elves here, they all have beds, so they get to stay here overnight whenever they need to. They all have beds so that they can sleep in the nighttime. They also have milk and cookies, so they eat milk and cookies whenever they want. And they have a den with tons of games and tons of books.
Hey, if it wasn't for this cold weather, I'd be working for you too, Santa.
Everybody
Alright.
would, you know.
Alright, Santa, thank you for your time. Thank you for helping me.
Hey, man.
Thank you for your workshop.
It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining me in my workshop today.
And hey, don't you use a slide by any chance?
Come on, man. It's 2017. Don't you know we're upgrading nowadays?
Alright, so that concludes our final episode of Business Leadership. And join us next season when we talk about Easter and the Easter Bunny.
This is the after show.
Hi there and welcome to the after show. As you can tell, we just finished our season finale where we went to Santa Claus's workshop and broke down the dynamics of his workshop. Now, in the after show, we're going to discuss these dynamics and we're going to receive my perspective on what I saw there today. So, one of the main things I saw there was, first I'm going to break down their strengths. So the strengths of Santa's workshop was that they had really good performance skills. So what that means is when the camera was on them and the spotlight was on them, they didn't crash, they didn't mess up, they rose to the occasion and really spoke about what the workshop is really about. Another strength that they had was a good distribution of knowledge and a contribution from everyone. So the knowledge wasn't all coming from Santa Claus himself or one of the elves. It was a good distribution where everyone contributed to the overall success. So some of the weaknesses I really saw at Santa's workshop was the time management. So a lot of the time, everything was pushed to the very last second and it wasn't done in advance. And this was an issue as everybody was rushing and everyone felt a need to beat the time. And also, what I really realized was that there was too many script adjustments. So once the script was already made, everyone wanted to go back and change the script and just tweak it in a slight manner, which also led back to the time management where it reached to the point where there was not enough time to complete everything. So some of the opportunities I witnessed over there was working with new people and expanding the compatibility skills. A lot of the elves there and Santa Claus himself are new to work together, and they really increased their compatibility skills by showing that they can work together and complete a successful Christmas, although they haven't worked together before. And also, they used another opportunity that I saw they used really well was the previous decorations. So the workshop has been there for a while, and since there was already decorations everywhere and it was already decorated, they used that really well, and they used the previous decorations in together with this year. One of the threats that Santa's workshop had was being removed from the facility itself. As you know, the curfew is 10 o'clock, and everyone in Brampton must go back into their houses by 10. So Santa's workshop, because of the time management weakness, led to the threat of being removed from the facility because it must shut down at 10 o'clock. So Santa's workshop had to close. So this is just one of the many threats that the workshop and the Santa Claus and the elves actually faced. And that is my personal breakdown of what the Santa Claus workshop was all about and what my perspective on it is, discussing their strengths, their weaknesses, their opportunities, and their threats. I believe that Santa's workshop is a successful workshop and that they're going to have further success for the next following years to come. Thank you.